Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Knowledge here from Gamers Little Playground, and today we're going to be talking about the Halo 5 beta. First thoughts and impressions. It came out yesterday at 9 a.m. and everything worked right off rip. Surprise, seriously, with the Master Chief Collection and all, it didn't work for the first week. This is working off rip. There's little glitches here and there. Sometimes you'll lag out of games, but for the most part, everything's been working pretty cut and dry. You find games pretty fast. Maybe in less than a minute, you'll find a game. But I want to start off by saying that this is the most different Halo that I've ever played, and I think anybody who plays it will feel the same way. It feels completely different to all the other Halos. It has a lot of different influences going on here, but it's a very unique game, I think. It's been getting a lot of comparisons to Advanced Warfare, but I think once that you play it, you'll see that while some of the abilities may be similar, like the games are completely different. This game is Halo to its core, and I've said this often about what makes Halo, and to me it's that balance between melee, grenade, and gun. And this game still has that balance, so it's Halo at its core, which is really a big relief as a Halo fan, because I didn't want them to change that. If they changed that, it wouldn't be Halo anymore. So let's start off with some of the stuff that you're gonna encounter as far as difficulties. I think the number one thing is gonna be the controller. You're gonna be fighting with the controller for the first hour or so, because the layouts, while you can choose a more traditional Halo layout, is still a lot of stuff to learn. The default layout though is more of like Twitch shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield. Like, you're gonna sprint by holding down the left joystick, so that's just like all the other games. You're gonna zoom in with holding down the left trigger. So in a traditional Halo game, you zoom in by pressing the right joystick. Now with this layout, I mean, like I said, you can choose a bunch of different layouts, and there's a lot, and I'll make sure to show you a bunch of them. But it's like Call of Duty and like Battlefield as far as the layout. All the guns now zoom in one form or another. So they call it a smart link for the guns, which is just basically zooming in. Some zoom in all the way, like the ones you would expect to, like the battle rifle or the DMR or the sniper. But then there's other guns like the assault rifle that kind of halfway zoom in. It's like a weird zoom in, but in a good way. I mean, we'll go over that, but it's different. You haven't seen that before, because assault rifles you could never zoom in before. When you press the zoom button, he would just like look through binoculars or look far, whatever it was. He was like zoom in, but you wouldn't be able to shoot. So that was my issue at first. I was like, man, I hate this fucking layout. I couldn't get used to it. I didn't want to change it so much because I wanted to learn it this way. That way it'd be easier to jump back and forth between different shooter games that I like to play. But after about an hour or so, I started getting used to it, and stuff started happening, you know, by nature, and then I started pulling off some sick fucking moves. Which is what I like about this game, that it's really, really fast paced. It's way more fast paced than any other Halo, for sure. Not only just because you can sprint, but just all the different abilities you have. So the different abilities, here's the new stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this stuff in the reveal they did. But one thing you can do, the first thing is you can slide. Very useful. A lot of games, almost all games have that now, and I just feel like every shooter game should have it now. It's just a natural ability to slide. The second new ability is the ground pound, and this one can be iffy. I don't know how I feel about it yet. So what happens is you can jump in the air and you hold down the crouch button, and then he'll start charging up, and there's going to be a little reticle where you can aim where you want to pound to the ground. And then once you let it go, he'll do a supercharged pound, and it'll fucking obliterate anything under it. there's limited options to test it out because it's like there's not a lot of high ground and all, and you know, just a normal amount of high ground. But if there's a map where there's a lot of high ground, I can see where it could become an issue. Right now, it seems like it's fine, but I can see it becoming overpowered. If it was a one-hit kill, it would 100% be overpowered. The next ability is floating. I don't even know what this is called because I hadn't even seen it in the reveal. I must have missed it, but if you jump up and you hold the aim button, he'll aim, but he'll also float in the air for about 2 seconds. Like he'll kind of levitate, like with a mini jetpack, which is really like it really throws people off when you do it. I like that a lot. I think that you can use that to your advantage. I mean, if people, you can get some sick angles. I think like if there's a sniper angle, you can jump up, hold the zoom, and you'll have maybe 1 or 2 seconds where you can get a good shot up. Like I can see people doing some crazy stuff with that. And of course, the disadvantage is that you're standing still in the air, so you're easy to shoot at. So right now that seems balanced to me. I'm not too worried about that one. The other one is this charge ability where you pretty much just like smash it to somebody. So when you're sprinting, you start sprinting, you'll see around your screen like this kind of, it lights up like if your ability is ready to use, like your armor charges basically. It's kind of like in Destiny. I know at least with the Titan, when you get your ability to do that that kind of the same move, the little smash, you'll see yourself light up. And then once you're light up, you can use melee. You can melee and he'll smash into somebody. And it's the same thing as the ground pound. It seems like it'll be overpowered, but at the same time, it's not a one-hit kill, so it's not really overpowered. Like if you're running towards somebody, you guys are running toward each other, and you try to melee them, they could shoot you twice and then melee you while you melee them, and they'll kill you. So it's more of a tactical advantage to catch somebody by surprise or something, but I don't see it being overpowered just yet. I mean, when more people start getting used to it, maybe they're going to use it in creative ways where it's going to be fucking just stupid, but for now it seems okay. The other ability that's just really useful, and it's no way it's overpowered, is mantling. So now when you jump, if you hold jump and you're next to the ledge, close enough to the ledge, you'll grab onto the ledge and get on top to that next platform. That's natural. It's not overpowered. That's an ability that every Halo, in my opinion, has to have now. Like there's no fucking way that is just natural progression in the shooter. Like you have to be able to mantle. I like it. And plus the way the maps are designed, you barely make it to some ledges, and so you'll have to mantle on them. So that's a good ability to have. And then the last one is the thruster pack. So we've seen this already in Halo 4. It was one of the armor abilities, and that was my favorite one in Halo 4. I didn't really like any of the other abilities. To me, it's perfect. It should be in the game. I hope people like it. I hope people don't complain to the point where they have to take it off. It doesn't seem overpowered to me because you can only use it once, and then it has to recharge. So it's not like you can just infinitely thrust away from a gunfight. You have to make sure you use it at the right time. You use it tactically. And so for me, the ones that are for sure have to stay in is mantle, slide, and thruster pack. The other, like the charge abilities, the ground pound and the kind of shoulder charge, I mean, it's nice to have them. If they took them off, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I could see where they could be overpowered, but for the most part, they're fine. Right now, we only have 2 maps, like I said earlier, but they said they're gonna release 7 maps throughout the beta, so it ends on January 18th. So we're gonna get to see a lot more maps, maybe more game types. Right now, we're only getting to play Slayer. So we'll see how all this stuff works on different maps. And Empire, by the way, is a great map. I mean, we know Truth is a good map because it's a remake of Midship, but Empire, to me, already great map. Other little details that I like is, for example, the Spartans now, they make call outs, and they make sick, like they make the exact call out that you would make. So you'll be like, oh, he's one shot, and then he'll call out exactly the area.
Hostile fire. Good to go.
Sniper rifles on the field. The power weapons are up. Sniper rifles ours.
Got a DMR. One at top mid. Enemy in the tower. Hostile sniper.
So if you look above the radar, you'll see that there's a built-in call out for every location on the map. And this is not the first time they did this. They actually did this in Reach, but nobody would use those call outs. I think they were a little too complicated. Like they had like control room B or some shit, like something that nobody would ever call out. These seem a lot more simplified. The call outs you'll see are like outside, top red 2, blue tower, like just simple call outs that people make. So it's nice to have the Spartans do that, especially the nature of Xbox Live now, where a lot of people don't put on mics because they're just in parties. It's nice to have that built into the game. It feels like your team is working together, which was always separated Halo, I think, from other mainstream shooters, is that teamwork is really required to be good in the game. I mean, you could probably Rambo it against lower tier players, but when you're playing good players, you're gonna have to work as a team. This is by far the best one I've heard. They have some really good AI because they call out great stuff like, oh, you're one shot, back up. One of the Spartans literally told me that, but he's like, you're one shot, back up. And I was like, wow, what the fuck? I thought if I was playing with somebody or some shit. And finally, the guns. So right now, the assault rifle and the SMG feel a little overpowered. But I'm also happy that the assault rifle is finally usable. But it really was a throwaway gun. It was a noobish gun. When anybody starts, you start with the AR because it was easy just to unload your whole clip on somebody and then run to them and melee them. That's pretty much when we all start playing Halo. That's our move. And eventually you'll fall in love with the BR. And the BR is the god gun, or even the DMR in some of the games. And the SMG was irrelevant unless you could dual wield it, and even then it sucked, not being able to be accurate with it. You just all power double SMGs. They were, to me, throwaway guns. They were fun, but they didn't make a difference. Now that you can zoom in with the gun, well, not all the way zoom in, but you do the little smart link thing, they're actually relevant now. Like the assault rifle is actually usable. You can shoot people long range. You're not going to be anywhere near as accurate as you are with a battle rifle, but at the same time, like if somebody's one shot across the map, you can legitimately shoot them with the assault rifle and, try to burst it and kill them, which is crazy. I mean, some people are complaining that it's overpowered, and it is, because up close it just fucking shred everything else. But if they can just tone down the power up close, I like being able to use the assault rifle now. Before, if we had to start with assault rifles, I'll just be all over the map looking for a BR. Now it doesn't feel as bad. And right now, the way they have it, you spawn in with an assault rifle and the Magnum. So the Magnum is also good. It's not as powerful as it was in Halo 1, but it's way better than the Halo 3 pistol. Probably just as good as the Halo 2, maybe a little stronger. You can zoom in, you can shoot really fast. Pretty sure it's 4 or 5 shots with the pistol, if I'm not mistaken. I know with the BR it's 4, so I'm guessing it is with the pistol too. It's just harder to be accurate with it. But it's a great addition to have the zoom in. I know people don't like the way it zooms in, and I didn't like it at first either, but I would say, guys, just give it a chance. Like, don't criticize it without playing it. When I saw it, I thought it looked stupid. I don't understand why they would change the zoom in mechanic, but after playing it for a while, I'm starting to like it a lot, especially with the submachine gun and the assault rifle, because now those guns are actually usable. They're not just throwaway guns. If they balance all those things out, which I'm sure they will, that's why they're doing this beta, it can be an amazing addition just to be able to have variety now, not just the BR. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I love the BR, but it's just nice to have variety. But overall, guys, I would say play this fucking game. It's amazing. Even if you don't like it at first, just give it another hour or two and see if you don't like it, and see if you like it. And if you don't like it after that, you know, everybody has different opinions. But to me, it's been the most fun I've ever had playing the Halo game in the first hour or two. I remember playing Halo Reach and saying like, oh, it's pretty good. They just need to fix some things. Same thing playing Halo 4. It was never right. This game to me, even though I was struggling with the controls at first, it felt right. And God, I hope they keep it that way. And last thing I want to say about like the different abilities is I can't wait to see what people do with them on custom games, like the Spartan charge or the slide. It'd be cool to see the different little mazes and puzzles and all these different things that people can construct on the Forge mode to create like some fucking amazing and fun dynamic maps. Has me really excited too. I know people are gonna get really, really creative with all this stuff. So I hope they keep all that stuff in there. I'm sure they will, because for the most part I've seen positive responses to all these things. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you my first thoughts and opinions on Halo 5 beta. I'm gonna be playing it for the next couple of weeks. There's going to be more maps coming out, like I said, maybe more game types. So when it ends, I'll give my final thoughts and impressions. If you played it, let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't played it, it's time to play Halo 5. Let's go. I'll see you guys later. Peace.